Think you're crushing decline push-ups? What if I told you that the way most people do them is quietly destroying their shoulder? Strength and stealing. Gains from their upper chest? Yeah, the very exercise that's supposed to build a powerful upper body might actually be holding you back. And the worst part? Most people never realize what they're doing wrong. So before you knock out another rep, stay with me because by the end of this, decline push-ups will feel completely different and way more effective. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Most people treat decline push-ups like regular push-ups with their feet elevated. They throw their feet on a chair, rush through reps, flare their elbows out wide, let their hips sag and call it a day. It looks intense. It feels hard. But hard doesn't always mean effective. When your elbows flare too much, your shoulders take over. When your hips drop, your lower back absorbs tension it shouldn't. When your neck cranes forward, you lose alignment. And suddenly, instead of building upper chest and shoulder strength safely, you're reinforcing bad mechanics. Sound familiar? Be honest. Have you ever felt your shoulders more than your chest during this move? Now here's where it gets interesting. Decline push-ups are not just a harder push-up. They shift the angle of resistance so your upper chest and anterior shoulders take on more load. Think of it like adjusting the incline on a bench press. That small change in angle changes everything. But if your body isn't aligned correctly, that extra load goes straight into your joints instead of your muscles. And that's the difference between training smart and just training hard. Before I show you the full blueprint, let's break down the foundation. Because just like a skyscraper, your body needs a stable base before you build upward. Imagine constructing a 50-story building on soft sand. Doesn't matter how strong the steel is, it's going to collapse. Your core is that foundation. If it's not locked in, everything above it suffers. So step 1, setup. Place your feet on a stable surface, chair, bench, or box. Not too high at first. If you're new, start with something about knee height. Hands go on the floor slightly wider than shoulder width. Now pause. Don't bend your elbows yet. First, create tension. Squeeze your glutes. Tighten your abs like someone's about to punch you in the stomach. Pull your shoulder blades slightly down and back, not pinched aggressively, just stable. Already feels different, right? Here's a light bulb moment. Most people think push-ups are about pushing. They're actually about controlling. The lowering phase, what we call the eccentric, is where the real magic happens. If you drop fast, you lose muscle engagement. Instead, lower yourself slowly, about 2 to 3 seconds down. Keep your body in one straight line from head to heels. No sagging, no piking. Your chest should move toward the floor, not your face. Now let's talk elbows. This is huge. If your elbows are flaring straight out to the sides at 90 degrees, you're putting massive stress on your shoulders. Instead, aim for about a 30-45 degree angle from your body. Think of making an arrow shape with your arms rather than a T. This position protects your shoulders and maximizes chest activation. Try imagining you're screwing your hands into the floor, like you're twisting jars open outward. That subtle rotation creates external shoulder tension and stability. As you lower down, your chest, not your chin, should be leading. Keep your neck neutral. Imagine holding a tennis ball under your chin. If your head juts forward, the ball drops. Small cue, big difference. At the bottom position, your chest should be just a few inches from the ground. Not collapsed, not relaxed. Tension stays alive. Then press up powerfully, but don't just think push. Think push the floor away. That mental shift helps engage your serratus anterior, the muscle that stabilizes your shoulder blades. And when your shoulder blades move properly, your shoulders stay healthier long term. Now let's layer this up. Intermediate fixes. Once your basic alignment is solid, we refine control. Start paying attention to weight distribution. Most people shift too much weight into their hands. Instead, think about driving your toes into the elevated surface. That creates a full body chain of tension. Decline push-ups are not just upper body. They're a total body exercise when done correctly. Another upgrade, tempo control. Try a 3-1-1 tempo. 3 seconds down, 1 second pause at the bottom, 1 second up. That pause eliminates momentum. It forces your muscles to own the movement. Suddenly 5 reps feel like 15. That's quality over quantity. Let's address another common mistake, range of motion. Some people only go halfway down because it's hard. But partial reps give partial results. If mobility allows, aim for full range. Chest close to floor, elbows bent deeply but controlled. If you can't reach that depth without losing alignment, lower the height of your feet and build strength gradually. There's no shame in progression. Strength is earned, not rushed. Now here's an advanced tweak most people never think about. Scapular control. At the top of the push-up, gently protract your shoulder blades, meaning push slightly extra so your upper back rounds just a little. That engages the serratus muscle. Then as you lower, allow controlled retraction. This small movement improves shoulder mechanics dramatically. It's subtle, but powerful. Breathing matters too. Inhale as you lower. Brace your core. Exhale as you press up. Controlled breathing increases stability and power output. Ever notice how lifters exhale on effort? That's not random, it's strategic. Let's zoom out for a second. Why does all this detail matter? Because decline push-ups increase load on the shoulders compared to regular push-ups. If your mechanics are off, that extra load magnifies mistakes. But when your form is dialed in, the same load accelerates upper chest development, shoulder stability, and tricep strength. Here's a quick self-check. Next rep you do, ask yourself, are my hips level? Are my elbows at 45 degrees? Is my core braced? Is my chest leading? If you can answer yes to all four, you're on the right path. Now for those who want to level up even more, advanced athletes, try elevating your feet higher to increase the angle, or add a weighted vest once you can perform 12-15 flawless reps. But remember, load only amplifies what's already there. Perfect form first, weight second. You can also experiment with hand positioning. Slightly closer hands increase tricep demand. Slightly wider emphasizes chest, but never sacrifice shoulder alignment for variation. Let me tell you a quick story. I once coached someone who could do 30 decline push-ups. Impressive, right? But his shoulders constantly hurt. We stripped him back to 8 perfect reps with slower tempo and proper elbow angle. Within weeks, not only did his pain disappear, but his chest grew more in a month than it had in a year. Why? Because tension was finally going to the right place. That's the difference between ego reps and effective reps. Decline push-ups are also fantastic for building pressing strength that transfers to bench press and overhead movements. They teach full body tension. They reinforce scapular stability. They build resilience, but only if you respect the mechanics. Let's recap the proper execution clearly. Feet elevated on a stable surface, hands slightly wider than shoulders, body in a straight line, core braced, glutes squeezed, elbows at 30-45 degrees, lower slowly with control, chest leading. Pause briefly. Press up powerfully while maintaining alignment. Finish strong at the top without collapsing your shoulders. Simple, yes easy, not when done correctly. So here's your challenge. Right now, after this video, get down and perform 10 flawless decline push-ups using everything we covered. Slow tempo, perfect alignment, no shortcuts. Notice how much harder and more controlled they feel. Notice where you feel the tension. That awareness is progress. And remember, mastery isn't about doing more. It's about doing better. Every rep is a vote for the athlete you're becoming. Show up, focus, improve 1% each session. Decline push-ups aren't just about building a bigger chest. They're about building discipline, control, and resilience. Keep practicing, keep refining. And the next time someone says push-ups are basic, you'll know the truth done right. They're anything but basic. Now go earn those reps.